What is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and just a quick and simple Blu-ray update today. Um, so this is my Blu-ray DVD update for August 21st, 2012. I've got 5 new movies to show you, all from last year, 2011. So let's get straight into it. Up first, we have Anonymous, directed by Roland Emmerich, who's mostly known for his big budget epics, disaster films, and so on. But I really enjoyed this movie, putting the question out there that maybe William Shakespeare did not write all the great plays and sonnets and poems that he's well known for. Very good cast. You've got Rhys Ifans, Vanessa Redgrave, Jolie Richardson, David Toulis, a very good British cast, Xavier Samuel, and Derek Jacobi. Very beautiful looking film, set in London in the 1500s around the Globe Theatre, of course, where Shakespeare made his name famous. And it sort of poses the question that how did this sort of simple-minded actor turn into this prolific and great writer whose works are revered some 500, 600 years later. Very interesting. Really enjoyed this film. Not great, not perfect, but an interesting film, definitely. Okay, up next, probably in my opinion one of the most overrated films of last year, but I still enjoyed it. And that is The Help. Was this really Oscar-worthy Best Picture and several Best Supporting Actress and Best Actress nominees? I'm not so sure. I enjoyed it. It wasn't great. Directed by Tate Taylor. Of course, the story of a young, sort of spunky reporter who decides to do a book about 7 African-American women who work in white homes, who help raise these white families' kids, and they're not allowed to live in the house and use the bathroom and so on. Of course, starring Emma Stone, Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, who won the Best Supporting Actress for mainly making a pie out of shit, and Jessica Chastain and Bryce Dallas Howard. What really sort of burned me about this film was Jessica Chastain was really the star of this movie, in my opinion. She was just awesome in this film. But she didn't get any recognition for it. It all went to Viola Davis and Octavia Spencer. Same with Emma Stone. She's sort of the main driving force of this film, the star, if you like. And when it came to award time, she barely even got a mention. Of course, her performance isn't award-worthy. I'm not saying that. But it was like they totally forgot Emma Stone was even in this film. Same with Bryce Dallas Howard. She's great in this film as well as the sort of bitchy, basically racist mother who doesn't want these black women living in her house and using the bathroom and so on. A good film, yes, but Oscar-worthy, not in my opinion. The Help, it was pretty good, but great and memorable, not really. Okay, up next, pretty underrated film from last year, I think, and that's Killer Elite, directed by Gary McKendry. A very cool, fast-paced action thriller with Jason Statham, Clive Owen, and Robert De Niro. And I think the problem with this film, it was sort of marketed wrong. The trailer sort of set it up that Robert De Niro was like a bad guy or something, which was totally not the case. Jason Statham plays a sort of hitman for hire who goes out to rescue his mentor, and he sort of runs into the British intelligence, MI6, sort of headed by Clive Owen. And there's great action scenes, great chase scenes in this film, a lot of fun. Statham and Clive Owen beat the hell out of each other throughout most of the movie. Good fun, I thought, and Robert De Niro, always great, as usual. Killer Elite, if you have not seen it, I definitely recommend it. I really enjoyed this film. Okay, up next, one of the films I really enjoyed from last year, and I can't believe it took me this long to pick it up, to be honest. And it's Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, the fourth Mission Impossible Mission Impossible film, obviously, directed by Brad Bird. Loads of fun, a great cast, great set pieces, lots of great action scenes, and just a fun film. Tom Cruise, of course, reprises his role as Ethan Hunt of the IMF. Simon Pegg, great. Jeremy Renner, Paula Patton, Tom Wilkinson. Just loads of fun. The opening scene with the bombing at the Kremlin was just great. And obviously the scenes in Dubai, you obviously see on the cover. Tom Cruise scaling the now tallest building in the world. And the dust storm chase, that was really cool as well. Just loads of fun, great cast, just great energy and pacing. In my opinion, probably the best of the Mission Impossible films. Up there with the first one, I think. 2 kind of sucked, and 3 was pretty good. Philip Seymour Hoffman was great as the villain in that. But yeah, I think this is the best of the Mission Impossible films, even though it has a terrible title. Ghost Protocol is just stupid. Okay, last but definitely not least, film I'm sort of torn on, to be honest, and that's Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. Obviously, the sequel to Sherlock Holmes from 2009, directed by Guy Ritchie, of course starring Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. I was not a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes. It just wasn't what I was really hoping for when it came to a updated, modern, new version of Sherlock Holmes. And I sort of feel the same way about this film. I still think it's a little bit better than the first one. Just as much fun, really. Robert Downey Jr. is great as Holmes, and I really enjoy Jude Law as Watson. And Noomi Rapace, very good as the sort of fortune teller, gypsy type. You've got Eddie Marsan, Rachel McAdams, and the guy who played Moriarty was very good in this film. I don't know the actor's name offhand. Yeah, it wasn't great. I enjoyed it. The ending was really cool, like the fight that they sort of go through on the balcony, the way they do that, and then sort of the surprise at the end. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but that was really cool because they set it up at the beginning of the film, and they pay it off as well at the end. Sort of the disguise that Sherlock Holmes uses. Yeah, it wasn't great. Definitely not terrible. I liked it a little bit more than the first one, but again, I wasn't really blown away. I want to be blown away by these Sherlock Holmes films, and I just haven't been. Maybe it's just the style that Guy Ritchie has been doing them. But there you go. Sorry, my voice sounds a little strange today. I don't know if I've got a cold or something, but I don't know. I feel like I'm sounding quite weird today. Anyway, 5 Blu-rays. Just a simple update. Oh, I gotta stress to pick these up. Yeah, 5 Blu-rays, all from 2011, last year, obviously. Let me know if you've seen these films, and if you haven't seen Killer Elite, I highly recommend it. Well worth checking out if you like Jason Statham and Clive Owen. So thank you for watching as always, and I'll have a new top 10 list on Thursday. My top 10 films of 2004. So until then, I'll see you.